Hey people. So it's been a little while since I've video blogged, and I've put a lot of event content up lately, just like stuff I've been doing during the summer, and it was a lot of stuff. I'm kind of really excited because I get to get back into content blogging now. I just kind of took a hiatus from it for a while, and last night I wrote something up and it just kind of flowed out of my fingers while I couldn't sleep, so sharing it here with you today. And yeah. This is actually my first video blog from my new place, which is a little different. So still kind of getting used to like lighting and background and all that whatnot. Anyway, so let's talk. So about a year ago, I was in this group of guys and I heard this man say that one of the wisest things you can do with your life is to handle the transitions well. You see, most of us will experience graduating from college, navigating a job, and turning it into a vocation, or 7. We'll have our fair share of dating and marrying and having children and watching them grow up into teenagers and eventually adults. We'll have to transition from being their sole authority on their life to listening to them tell us that while they respect our opinion, they are going to do what they're going to do regardless of what we say. Many of us will leave the strength of our youth and approach our respective midlife crises. And after that, we'll go through our last seasons of life and see ourselves pushed to the fringes of society as old men. And we'll be seen as narrow-minded and out of date and slow. And as I pondered these things, the question became very clear in my mind. You see, it's not a question of whether or not my life will change in the next 5, 10, 20 years. There's no doubt that it's going to. The question is, how will I deal with that change? How will the choices I make today build the character for the person I'll be when I'm 45, 65, when I'm 85 years old? Will I instill in myself that I can always drink to escape my problems, or will I wrestle through them because I'm assured in victory? Will I be found sobbing alone in my Maserati, or will I be found laughing at the dinner table with my friends? Will I forsake my wife for empty pleasures, or will I seek depth and significance in sacrificial love? Will I bury myself in my work to avoid the stress of my children, or will I take joy in passing on to them the life that was given to me? Will I be found railing against life and God with the season of age, or will I be found preaching among the thirsty youth? This whole concept impacted me so greatly, and I think the reason is because I have so much of my life ahead of me, potentially. And that's the ironic thing about the room that I was in when I first listened to this wisdom, is that I was by a pretty good margin the youngest person in that room. You see, I may have my whole life ahead of me, but the reality was for many of the people in that room, they were in the thick of those hard transitions. And while I was storing this precious information in the springtime of my life, many of them were looking back on it from the autumn of their life. So that's why I'm talking about this here and now, because I'm hoping that many of you are around my age. I'm hoping that you still have your whole life to dwell on this question: how am I going to deal with the change? And I'm hoping that even if you don't have your whole life ahead of you, you still realize the opportunity to put aside your shadows of regret. I don't have very much more to say, simply because I haven't had the opportunity to handle all of the transitions of life well yet, and I doubt that I will sometimes. All I can do is really encourage you to find someone who has handled it well and stick closely to them and ask them how they did it. And while I don't have very much left to say, I'll leave you with this one thought. Life, like a fine wine, is a good thing. But those who enjoy wine the most often have sampled many wines, both good and bad ones. And they know that the good wines are only so good because they have tasted the worst ones. And when the connoisseur finds a particularly good wine, he makes it a point to find the source of the wine, to know where it came from, to know who made it. They'll travel far and wide, and they'll get to know the winemaker, and they may even follow in his footsteps, from growing to harvesting to crushing to flavoring to waiting, eventually enjoying. There are lots of great things in this life to take pleasure in, but only those who know the winemaker will experience the fullness of life, because they are the ones who truly experience that the greatness of your life can't be tarnished by the bitterness of others when you're connected to the source of life itself. So whether you're just planting right now or drinking your life in after many arduous years, live your life well throughout each and every season. And get to know the winemaker. He knows a thing or two about life. Hey y'all, what's going on? So my name's Ron. If you haven't met me before, then I don't know how you're watching this because that's crazy. Anyway, I make videos apparently, and I've kind of been delinquent for a while in not having made kind of one of these, you and me kind of talk videos, these philosophizer videos. But yeah, hopefully I'll make some more. Let me know what you think about this one. Hopefully I'll come up with some more cool videos like this one. I don't know, these seem to be my really popular ones. So yeah, okay. You guys have a great day. I hope you're enjoying your week.